What's up, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Steph, also known as the Freckled One. I need to clean. I'm about to show you what my bathroom situation is like right now. I am very organized and meticulous, especially when it comes to like my skincare and my makeup, but within the last 2 weeks, it has just been like a explosion in my bathroom, and I thought I'd bring you along with me to declutter my stuff and organize it and make it look how I want it to look. I also just have so much makeup that I've collected over the last few years, and I just don't need all of it, and I think a lot of it can go to better homes, a lot of it can be thrown away because it's expired, and I thought I'd bring you along with me on that journey. So let's go. All right, this is the disaster right now. This literally never looks like this, I promise you. I'm very clean. This, I can't do it. But this is the situation we're dealing with. That's not even the worst part. This is, I don't even know. There's so much stuff. This is actually fairly organized, but I still want to declutter. And this is a chaos. This is chaos. That's kind of chaos too. So I'm hoping that together we can take care of this. Well, we might as well get started in this drawer, so I'm going to pull everything out of here and put it on the bed, and then we can go through that together and really sort what I need, what I use, what I don't use, and hopefully some things can just get thrown away and given to friends and family. Alright, so I figured a good thing to start off with is primers, and I guess I have a couple of setting powders there. So just to do primers, so this Tarte smoothing primer, absolute favorite. It was just in my 2020 faves video if you've seen it. Loved that, absolutely staying. Also the Rare Beauty Illuminizing Primer, also one of my favorites, definitely going to stay. I have a ton of sample primers that I haven't used or have, and they're just expired. The Anastasia Beverly Hills Eye Primer, I used to like this, but I've found my other favorite, which is the Fenty Beauty one. This one is just a little bit drying and it's definitely old, so I'm going to toss that. I mentioned earlier the Fenty Beauty Eye Primer. I mentioned this in my faves video, definitely keeping this, and this is going to be my #1 eye primer. And lastly, the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. This is a fantastic dupe for the Tatcha Primer and also the Tarte one that I mentioned earlier. Oh, there's a little hair in it. But I'm going to keep that because it's the only drugstore primer that I have. Getting rid of all these and giving these to friends. Alright, so now I have my setting powders. This one I also mentioned in my 2020 faves video. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder in the shade 2 Medium. It is just sublime. It's pure perfection. Absolutely keeping this. Will be repurchasing. Very happy. The Cover FX Perfect Setting Powder. I do like this one, and I haven't played around with it very much, so I am going to keep that. Here is a sample size of the Hourglass Veil Powder. I do like this. It has a little bit of a luminosity to it, which I, don't have any other powder that's like that, so I'm going to be keeping this. And finally, the Can't Stop Won't Stop Setting Powder from NYX. This is in the shade Light Medium. I actually really like this and was surprised. I think I got it for a drugstore beauty video, and this is the only drugstore one that I have, and it's actually really fantastic. So I actually won't be getting rid of any of my setting powders. And so all of the rest of this stuff was actually in here by accident, so I'm going to take it all out. And that is just so much better. It's all I need. It's already, excessive, but this is a lot more doable. All right, next I want to go into my foundations. If you watch my channel, you should know that I actually don't use foundations very much, but I do like to have them on hand, especially for more formal occasions where I want a little bit more coverage, but I don't think I need all of these, so I'm going to go through them with you. So first up is the Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer. This is in the shade 3 and 1 Sand. I do love this. And this is in 4C1 Almond, so I have two. This is just the newer packaging. This one fits me, my skin tone, way more than this one. I don't think I've been this tan or cool toned in a really long time, so I'm going to keep this and get rid of this. Next is the Bare Minerals Stick Foundation. This is in the shade Suede 04. I actually purchased this right before I got my acne medication. I was breaking out really bad and I was feeling really self-conscious, and I ended up getting this. It is definitely full coverage, but after I ended up taking my acne medication, I don't really have a need for this anymore, so I am going to give it to a friend. And the last three are very new, but this one's the Ilia True Skin Serum Foundation. I have the shade Chios. This is really beautiful, also very light, good coverage. I would say light to medium. You could build it to medium, and it makes my skin feel fantastic and almost like nothing is there, so I'm definitely keeping this. Next is the Rare Beauty Foundation in the shade 210N. Unfortunately, I do think that this is a little too dark for me right now, so I might keep it, or I might give it to a friend that would get better use out of it. I just know that I can't wear this right now without it looking kind of ridiculous, but I do love the formula. And if you're looking to like try out a foundation that you've never had one before, I think this is a really good starter one that isn't like super full coverage and heavy. I do really like this. Last, I have the Xoxo foundation, which was just released, I think last year. This is the High Fidelity Semi Satin Foundation. I have the shade 360 in Oak Jew. I really do like this. It is a little bit higher coverage than I typically go for, but you can definitely sheer it out. This is a clean brand. I believe I got it on Credo Beauty, and their shade range is completely out of this world. If you haven't been able to find a foundation in your shade, I think you should check them out because they are fantastic and it's clean. Alright, so this is better. I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I might try it tomorrow to see really what that shade match looks like. I don't think it's going to be good, but I might give this to a friend, so I'll put this aside. But for right now, this is my foundation. Okay, on to one of my favorite categories, blush. As you might be able to tell, I love blush. I don't know what else to say about it. But I don't think that I need all of these. Actually, I know that I don't need all of these, so I'm hoping that I can get rid of quite a few of them. So. Okay, I obviously really like blush, but I think I can trim this down. I guess I can start off with the e.l.f. blush. This is the primer infused blush in Always Rosy. This has been a favorite of mine for probably 2 or 3 years at this point. I don't even think I can have it pull up without making a mess, but this is a fantastic option if you want a drugstore blush. It is primer infused, so it does actually last all day. I don't think I should keep this only because I do think it's expired, but I highly recommend this blush if you're looking for a good powder blush that lasts all day. Ooh, one of my old faves. This is Juice Beauty's Last Looks Cream Blush in Flush. I love this blush so much. It was a little bit pricey, but this shade Flush really does just look like an actual blush, like I'm blushing. I love the formula. It doesn't necessarily last all day, but I'm okay with that because I know that it's clean and it just looks so beautiful on the cheeks, so I'm gonna keep this. So I have my Fenty cream blushes. I saw that Rihanna was coming out with a bunch of creams and I went ham. This shade is Bikini Martini. I also have this orange, which is Fuego Flush. And I also have, wow, this beautiful red in the shade Daiquiri Dip. I'm gonna keep these. They're very unique and I do like the formula. Here is the Ilia I Put a Spell on You multi-stick. I love their multi-sticks and I think this is just divine. Whoa, those look so similar. Well, this one's a little bit more brick and this one has a pink orange undertone, but they're pretty similar. But I love this thing. I'm gonna keep it. I think it's gorgeous. Okay, I have the Milani Cheek Kiss Liquid Blush in the shade 110 Nude Flush. This is really, really gorgeous, but I just think that I have products that are like this, so I am going to give this to a friend. This Patrick Ta blush was in my favorites video, my best of 2020 video. If you need to know how I feel about it, just watch that video because I probably won't shut up about it, but love this. I liked Cloud Paints and I do think that Glossier kind of helped the movement of creams becoming more and more popular. This thing is ready to blow, so I am gonna trash that. I would say that this one, what is this? Dusk was my favorite of all time. I am going to put these in the trash because they're definitely expired, but I did like these for a long time and I will give it to Glossier for kind of starting that cream blend out with your fingertips vibe, but I just don't use these anymore. This is my Nude Sticks All Over Face Dewy color in the shade Sweet Peach Peony. This is really, really pretty. And I do love nude sticks, but I just don't need another one of these. I've used it maybe once or twice, so I am going to give this to a friend. Last but not least, the Tower 28 Beach Please blush in Golden Hour. This is one of my favorite blushes of all time. I used this a lot last summer, and it just gives the most healthy, natural looking flush, and definitely not getting rid of that. So much more manageable, has everything that I like and things that I still want to mess with, and so much better. Now I have concealers. Luckily I don't have too many. Oh, here's one. I don't have too many, but I do want to reduce this because I know that I use certain ones the most and then I don't use most of the other ones. So to start off, this is a sample of IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye. This will literally cancel, why did I say it like that? This will cancel out any sort of dark circles, yada, yada, yada. It is so full coverage that I've put like the tiniest dip onto my pinky and use it and it completely covers everything. This is expired though, and I don't like that look for myself, so I am gonna get rid of that. So we have my Ilia True Skin Serum Concealer. This is in the shade Kava. This also doesn't work for me. I must have been so ridiculously tan when I got this because no, that does not work. This is also expired. I think I've had this for 2 or 3 years now, and I'm done. I found a shade that works better for me, but I did return it because of the other concealer I'm about to talk about. So I am going to get rid of this. The one that I love so much, the Kosas Revealer Concealer. Nothing rivals this for me right now. I only use concealer in places that I want brightening, and so this works for me. I do think that I would use something even like a shade, tiny half shade lighter than this, but for right now this is totally fine and I love it. We'll be keeping. Aww, this is my Bare Minerals Bare Skin Complete Coverage Serum Concealer. This was like, I think my very first real concealer. I bought this maybe 3 years ago. It was a summer and I was really excited about starting to try makeup, and I loved this. It does not match, and the shade range is like embarrassing, so I'm gonna get rid of this. It's definitely gone bad. This is the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer in the shade Medium Sand. This is a favorite of a lot of people. I would say that it's fuller coverage, and I don't think that this shade, actually I know this shade wouldn't work for me right now. This was definitely like a summer shade, and I think I got it for my drugstore video, and I do like it. It is just way more coverage than I'm used to, and so I'm going to give this to a friend. And I think this is my most recent concealer purchase, but this is the RMS Beauty Uncover Up in 22.5. I've been wanting this for a really long time, but I had a really hard time finding the shade that worked for me. I always seem to be in between. I really, really like this, especially during the winter. It is super hydrating and like very dewy, but I love this. It also costs quite a bit of money, so I am keeping this. Oh my gosh, y'all, I don't even need this container. I gotta put it with the other stuff because I don't have very much stuff in here. Super happy about that. All right, my next favorite category, bronzers. This is like too much. It's embarrassing. It's not embarrassing. I'm not ashamed, but this is too much. I don't need this. No one needs this. Let's hope I can bring myself to part with some of these because this is going to be the hardest category for me, I think. Ugh. Okay, so here are my backup ColourPop freckle pens. These don't belong here. The Bare Minerals bronzer in the shade Warmth. This, I don't know if any of you have had to use roach traps, but I have, and this smells like roach traps, and that's gross. I also got this, I think I used my points to get like a Bare Minerals set, and this is just like, it smells so bad. Definitely throwing this away. And also, do they use roach trap scent? Is that what that says? Just kidding. No, I'm gonna throw this away. Aw, an old favorite. The Nude Sticks in Bondi Bay. You know, a lot of people have this and like it, including myself. If you are new to bronzing or contouring, this is a really good one, especially during the summer. It just gives you such a healthy glow. It comes with a really terrible brush on the other end, but you know, if you're in a bind, that's a good thing to have. But I have to keep this. This is just like, it's the OG, you know? Ooh, I just got this, I think last summer. This is the Tower 28 Bronzino in West Coast. It looks super reflective and like kind of flashy, but it's not once it's on the skin. Definitely keeping this. Love this thing. Ugh. If you watched my Ilia versus xoxo video, I did end up choosing this as the winner, but so it's in the shade Novelty, but this is the darker shade of the bronzer, and it's a problem that I'm the darkest shade. It's ridiculous. I only kept this because where I bought it from, instead of sending it back, just had me keep it. So I did get my money back for it. I think I'm gonna give this to a friend that's actually gonna get use out of it because it didn't work for me and it's never gonna work for me, so I'm gonna give that to a friend. Ooh, this is the Milani Silky Matte Bronzer in the shade Sun-Kissed, and it's a good one. I think if you're looking for a drugstore bronzer, this one is really, really beautiful. I think they have, I want to say 4 shades. Am I making that up? I can't remember. But this one is really, really nice. I just think that because I have this and a couple other powder bronzers, I am going to give this to a friend to see if they'll get more use out of it. There's nothing wrong with it. I just have other ones that are like more expensive and I can't bring myself to get rid of them, and I mean that's really it. This is a fantastic bronzer. Oh my goodness. The cream bronzers from Fenty. I have Amber for a contour shade. I have Butter Biscuit, which is the shade that I'm in now, and then I also have Macchiato for my summer shade. I don't have anything bad to say about these except that they're absolutely phenomenal. And if you are interested in trying a cream bronzer, you got it. Yeah, this is it. This is it. This is the only powder contour that I have, and this is the NYX Sweet Cheeks Matte Blush. This is not meant to be a contour, but as you can see, it's a very, very cool toned kind of brown blush, and this is the perfect contour for me. This is the shade Taupe. Really great, so inexpensive, and gets the job done and sculpts very beautifully. Aw, this was like my favorite thing of all time. I've always wanted this Bronze and Glow palette from Charlotte Tilbury, but when they came out with this, I knew that I just had to finally buy it and suck it up. But this product is gorgeous. I've clearly dropped it and it did shatter, but this is refillable, which I think is really nice. And every year she comes out with a like holiday limited edition. This one was from I think 2 years ago, and it just like screamed my name. So really like this, definitely keeping. I probably will never get rid of it just because I feel so like luxe just holding this packaging, so keeping. So much better. Love that. I'm happy with that and proud of myself. Yay! Alright, this is the last category for today because the sun is setting, but here are my highlights. I know I don't have very many, but I don't know if I need all of these, so I'm gonna go through them and hopefully I can get rid of a couple. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's do this one. This is my Hourglass Ambient Light palette. I have had this for 2 or 3 years at this point. I don't think that I can get rid of this. I think Hourglass is problematic and they have their own thing that they need to work on, like with shade ranges, and yeah, we can talk about that another day. But this lighting palette is absolutely phenomenal. It is absolutely way too expensive, but the way that this makes your skin look it's actually like a glow from within, and it looks so natural. This is what I've been using as a highlight like since I started makeup, because I never really liked that blinding highlight. But I honestly take a brush and I mix all of these together and use that, and it's just, ugh, absolutely bomb. Because it's powder, I don't feel too bad about keeping it, and I'm still gonna use it, so keeping. I talked about this in my 2020 faves video, the Essence Pure Nude Highlighter. It's just a really great classic drugstore highlighter. In fact, now that I'm thinking about it, if you don't have the Hourglass Ambient Lighting palette, this one is very similar to, I think, the shade in the middle, and it gives that same really natural glow effect, so fantastic. Keeping. All right, another nude sticks. I think because there's 3 of them, I remember that this came in a trio. This is in the shade Hey Honey. It's so beautiful. This, I think, would actually look fantastic on all skin tones, especially like medium to dark skin tones. Probably not lighter skin tones, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. But the golden glow that you get from this is also so natural. I love how travel friendly this is. Definitely keeping. My RMS quad. I always wanted the RMS highlights, like the Magic Luminizer, and what's the other one? The Living Luminizer. I wanted both of them, and when they came out with this, I was so happy because I could try every single thing. And clearly I have faves, and I haven't really used the bronzer very much. Kind of hard to get like a tool to get in there to actually apply it as a bronzer, I think. But maybe one day I'll try it. But this is a fantastic highlight. The regular size ones, like the full size, are really pricey, and I don't think I'm going to go through this that quickly. So if you want to try RMS out and you want to dabble in with their highlights, I think this is a really good way to go. So I'm keeping that. Oh boy. This is Kaja's Prism Highlight Mochi Glow. I got this because it was on sale, I think, at Sephora, which I've learned just because something's on sale doesn't mean you should get it. It's subtle, but it's like very iridescent and not a natural glow, I would say, but it is subtle. I am going to give this to someone who might get more use out of it. Yay, that is so much more manageable, and I'm so happy with that progress. All right, friends, it is now day 2 of my decluttering process. I did have to take a break from the last time just because I was exhausted, the sun was setting, and not that it's any sunnier now, it's raining in LA, but I do want to finish up hopefully today with all of the decluttering, and I will show you the progress that we've made thus far. All right, so this is still a hot mess. However, this drawer is divine. We have my primers, powders, concealers, highlight, foundation, bronzer and contour, and then blush here. This is so much better and more manageable than how my last drawer was. So it's time for this. I don't even know how to start, but I'm just gonna get everything out of here and then put it on the bed and we can get sorting. Okay, so something that was in there was all of my brushes, including all of these that aren't organized. I need to redo all of this, put them where they need to belong, and then also sort out the ones that need to be washed, and we will wash them. Okay, so I have so many lip products here that I just do not need. I love, I think, looking at lipsticks and thinking that I'm gonna wear them, but I just really truly do not wear bold lip colors, and I just have so many here that I'm never gonna use. So I'm hoping that I can get rid of a lot of these. So let's get started. Okay, so something that I have here, which I'm sad that I'm probably gonna get rid of, but this is the Sunny's Face, I think, entire line. Sunny's Face is a Filipino brand that I had to get my hands on. You know, I'm half Filipino, and I was so excited to see when something like this came out. And I even had a friend of my mom's very kindly buy this whole set while she was in the Philippines, and so I'm so grateful for that. But since then, I have found out that the company, Sunny's Face, unfortunately is a big supporter of the current president of the Philippines, who I don't seem to care for very much. And I'm sad to not support this brand. I was really looking forward to using a Filipino brand that works for me and my skin tone and just has this beautiful range of products. But I just don't think that I can support them on my channel and in life. So I am going to give these away to some friends who I know will get so much more use out of them anyway. So I went ahead and gathered all of my Rare Beauty lip products. I love this kind of whipped lip cream, I think they're called. This one is in the shade Brave, and this one is in Fearless. And then I also got the smaller duo set that includes the Fearless in Inspire. So I love the shade Fearless. I have 2 of them, but I do love that this one is smaller and can fit maybe in a smaller purse. And I'm going to keep all of these. I will actually use them. As for this, I believe this is kind of their tinted dewy lip balm. This one's in the shade Thankful. This is just one of the most beautiful formulas I've ever seen. It is creamy, hydrating, and I love this shade for my skin tone, so definitely going to keep this. Oh, this Glossier lip gloss was my jam for a long time. I think this is my second one. It makes my lips look bigger. I love it. The only thing that I don't like about it is that it's so ridiculously sticky. I think it's amazing for editorial or if you want to take any, you know, influencer photos, but for actual wearability, I don't think this really worked for me, and it is definitely expired at this point, so I am going to get rid of it. Next, I have this Honest Beauty lip balm in lychee fruit. I love this shade, so I am going to keep it. Also really nourishing and hydrating. And then this is one of my favorite lip products of all time. This is e.l.f.'s Ride or Die Lip Balm in Tough Cookie. It is just so beautiful. Let me even swatch it for you. It's beautiful. It's hydrating. I know I love that word on this channel, but it's a gorgeous color and it also just smells so incredible. So I am going to be keeping this. Here is the cap to a eye pencil that I was looking for earlier. And here I have all of my classic, I guess more classic lipsticks from other brands. This is Charlotte Tilbury in Very Victoria, one of my favorite just classic lipsticks of all time. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's a little bit more matte, but not too matte, and definitely keeping that. Here is a Bite Beauty Matte Cream Lip Crayon. This is in this shade Glacé. This is just so not suitable for my skin tone. Just kidding, it actually is, which is probably why I've kept it. On the bullet, it doesn't look that, I guess, berry toned. But on my skin it actually looks fantastic, so I am going to keep this. And here I have a Bite Beauty lipstick in the shade Chai. I think I got this as a sample, and ooh, gosh, that's pretty. Okay, so I think I've made a decision. I'm going to get rid of the Bite Beauty lip crayon in Glacé, and I am going to keep this little bullet because I like this a lot more than this, just for my skin tone. All right, here I have a Hot Lips lipstick from Charlotte Tilbury. This one's in the shade JK Magic. This was prior to anything that JK Rowling said about the trans community. I actually purchased this because I wanted to wear it on my wedding day. Unfortunately, I don't even know if I'm going to be having a wedding or when that's going to be, or if I want to wear a lipstick named after JK Rowling on my wedding day. But there's no way I can argue that this is one of the most beautiful lipstick packagings I've ever seen. There's like shooting stars all over it. It's dreamy. And then I really wanted to wear this on the center of my lips. So we'll see what I actually end up doing, but I am not going to give this away or throw it away or anything. I am going to keep it for right now. Yay, this is so much nicer and more manageable. I do have a couple lip balms that I'm going to put here, and I love that I can actually like see everything that I own. And here is everything that I'm getting rid of. I feel good about that, and they will be going to better homes. All right, so I think I'm pretty much done with this drawer. I have my setting sprays, my sponges, brushes. Here is all of my lip products, my mascaras, my eyebrow, eyelash things, and my lip liners. And then here's my fan that I use once I spray my setting spray and dry off my face. I can't even close this drawer because this one's full. These hot tools don't even belong in here. They belong under the sink in a like wooden bin with all of my other hot tools. For the most part, this drawer should be good to go, but I figure we should probably uncover it and make sure. Alright, so this entire box of stuff is full of like single shadows or eyeliners that I don't typically use every single day. I would love to get rid of the vast majority of this stuff, so I'm hoping that we can make some progress. So I'm keeping all of these and pretty much getting rid of all of this. So I think we did pretty good. All right, so this drawer is looking so much better. I did pull these two palettes. I honestly think this was my very first palette of all time. Hi everybody. But it's this like super sparkly metallic palette. I don't even know what it's called. You have all these like wilder colors on this side, but I don't use it. It's probably 6 years old. And then I think this was my second palette that I ever purchased, another Urban Decay one. Yeah, the Distortion palette. I bought this probably in like 2014 or something. I don't know. But they need to go. I put all of my lashes in this little organizational thingy-mabob, and I'm gonna put those back where they belong. That is that. Yay! On to this drawer. Oh yeah, I'm happy with this. And the last drawer. This is kind of filled with all of my like menstrual products or boxes of things that I haven't opened yet, like these whitening strips. I am going to be doing a video on these. I'm just going to go through this because it's not going to be exciting, and then hopefully it'll look a little bit better. All right, I finished this drawer. It's looking decent. I can't do that much with this one, but I'm fine with this. This is literally actual storage and I barely open it. That means we finally have to tackle this. A lot of this stuff just goes in here in one of these categories, but all of this can be fixed by putting them back where they belong. That is what I call, well, I don't know what I call, a dresser top, I guess. This is the nightmare that I've been avoiding. Most of this stuff does belong in these drawers. Here's my dog who has a cone on and a diaper, because that's our dog. This drawer is my skincare drawer, and it's just a disaster. Hello. But to start us off, I found these brand new ColourPop, or I guess Fourth Ray Beauty, which is their like partner brand. They're face milks, and I have the matcha and the chamomile one. I absolutely love these, both of them. I use almost every single day. I'm going through the bottles now, and they're just going so slowly that I know I'm not going to get to these in a very long time. So I am going to include these in a giant giveaway box to a subscriber when I finally hit 500 subscribers. Okay, I am so proud of all of this progress. There's a lot of stuff in here that's almost empty, so I'm excited to use them and have even more room. But here are all my cleansing products. Like I said earlier, I have my oil-free eye makeup remover, Swipe Clean, and then my cleanser right now, which is the Osea Ocean Cleanser. I have a JLo Beauty sunscreen, which I'll talk about in my JLo video. My other sunscreens, my Mario Badescu, what is this? My chamomile lotion, which is like a I guess, spray or like a toner kind of thing. And facial sprays, all of my moisturizers, all of the serums. I only have 3 masks and I'm almost out of one of these that I don't really like. It's down here. So I'll have more room for this. My sample masks that I'm almost done with, and then eye creams back here. Don't get me wrong, I love skincare and I can't wait to try new things and explore, but I need to finish a lot of what's in here before it goes bad so I can finally see everything that's in here and hopefully use up a lot of this stuff. So things that I'm getting rid of, I got this tiger grass serum from Dr. Jart. I initially got it because I think it was Jen M did a promo for them and I thought it would work for me and I fell for the advertising. Not to say that she was lying or anything, but this did not get rid of any like redness that I have naturally. It didn't harm my skin and it didn't do anything for it. So I am going to be getting rid of this. I have a couple of moisturizers that I want to keep out on maybe this glass shelf just so we can have easy access to them just since we moisturize every day. And then I still need to, you know, tidy up a little bit, but we're getting there and I'm so happy.
2 hours later.
All right, well, there's an improvement on the sink, but the very last thing I have to do is clean all of these makeup tools. I have my towel specifically for this occasion. I use this every time I clean my brushes and I just think it's funny. It's wine improves with age. I improve with wine. So I just lay it over here and get cleaning. All right, so to clean my brushes and my sponges, I love this all natural brush soap from Cinema Secrets. It's definitely one of my favorites. It also comes with a scrubber in the cap. You can take it out so that you don't get this wet. I put that aside and I use this to like really work in the brushes or the sponges to get every single thing out. So I just work the sponge or the brush right in there, just like that. That's pretty much the only side I used. And I grab this and I just gently, very, very gently, especially with this sponge specifically, just rub it in there, rinse, until there's no more soap coming out. All right, and then the result is this gorgeous brand new looking sponge. Okay, so my biggest tip for cleaning brushes is to always use cold water. You don't want to use hot water or even very warm water because that'll start breaking up the like glue within your brush, and that's how fibers come out. So I always use cold water. I still use this soap because it's absolutely magical, and you'll see what happens. Now I'm just going to lay this on the towel like this and it'll dry perfectly fine. You definitely don't want to dry it standing up because the water is going to again disintegrate that like glue that holds the bristles into the brush itself. So just laying down flat and it'll be done and dry within like 12 hours. All right, so I am done for the night. I think I need some rest. I honestly don't even have enough room to dry the brushes properly, so I'm not going to do all of them right now, I don't think, but I can resume tomorrow. And hello everybody. But this mirror is unfortunately covered in wax. We had a little bit of a candle accident not that long ago. Actually, no, it was a while ago. And I've tried to get the wax off the mirror as best as I can, but it has just kind of smeared it everywhere and made it really blurry. So tomorrow I have a new mirror coming, and so this whole area is going to be revamped. So I'll hang that with all of you tomorrow, and we can do a final walkthrough of all of the decluttering and organizing that we did together. Good morning, everyone. I am back. It is day 3. I'm confident that the decluttering project, bathroom makeover, whatever it is going to be completed by today. I just got back from Target. I went to their drive up space thing and I picked up this mirror, which you will see in a second, but I am going to replace that bathroom mirror that's splattered with candle wax. So I can't wait to go set it up and actually have a clean mirror. I have an update on my brush cleaning. It's glorious. I ended up just doing all of them last night. I decided that I didn't want to do any this morning. Everything is finally done, organized, decluttered, wiped down, and I'm so happy. So why don't I show you what everything looks like? Well, I'm officially exhausted. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I love getting all of my stuff like organized and kind of just aesthetically pleasing, so that I'm excited to put on makeup, take makeup off, do a little skincare routine, and just be able to find all the products that I want to use rather than rummaging through drawers that are chaotic. Doing stuff like this always helps me to feel grounded and a little bit more in control of my life, and that's just kind of what I need right now. Stay tuned for my next video on JLo's skincare line, and then I also have a new video coming out about doing the keto diet. So I will chat with you later. Don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed this, and also subscribe if you want to continue to hang out. Until then, take care, be safe, and be kind. Bye.